Hello, how are you guys doing? It is 6:30 on Saturday evening. I am rushing around to go get stuff. Oh God, it's so dark. I'm rushing around to go get stuff because I am going to Haunted Fest with Alex tonight. We are leaving at 7:30, which means I have to be home by 7 to start getting ready. I just went to Nordstrom Rack and I bought these black Kinetic Joe's jeans, size 36. They're like faded, they're so cute. So, and they're like skinny on the bottom. I'm very excited about it. I don't have a pair of black jeans. Well, I don't have a pair of black jeans that fit. And these are so smooth, they're like suede. I know you guys can't see them, but I have chosen to not do a costume because I've been running late all day. I actually went to my office today and I filmed 6 videos, 2 booktube videos, 2 my so-called healthy life channel videos, and 2 of my drama channel videos. And I was gonna post them all today and just overpower it. And I thought, you know what? Okay, unless some huge drama breaks tomorrow, I'm gonna post them tomorrow, and then I can just sit back and go to brunch tomorrow. And then my sister-in-law's sister is here from Venezuela, so we're going there to visit. So it is going to be a day of relaxation for Peter. So, which is also kind of what I hyped. This person is going to take this spot. Go ahead. No, they didn't take the spot. Oh, because there's no spot. They rushed over there thinking there was a spot like I did, but there's no spot. But anyway, which I kind of hyped on my so-called healthy life channel today, and I talked about the importance of taking a break to yourself. So I'm running into Target to get a black t-shirt because I'm going to wear all black tonight. That's my Halloween costume, so I know it's not very exciting. And I was just listening to Vogue and Maria, so I'll be back later. Okay, I'm on my way down to Haunted Fest, and I have a special guest with me today. Simba. Hi, Simba.
Rar.
Isn't my husband so cute? Look at him. Aww. Can you meow?
Well, I'm a lion. We don't meow.
Can you roar?
Roar.
So we're going down to Haunted Fest. Alex got media passes because of the website. So he'll be writing. Are you writing a review on it, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you interviewing them?
No.
Okay, so we are going to see Cash Cash, Waka Flocka, and who's the third one?
Yellow Claw. He's totally your style.
And Alex is totally Simba in this, but I am not dressed up because I chose to wear all black because I just wanted to be really comfortable. But I'm wearing my new Vans and my new jeans, and they're so comfortable. The jeans look really good on, don't they?
Mm-hmm. They look better off.
They look better off? Oh, Lord.
Or wrapped around your ankles.
Oh, no, man.
You don't want them on your ankles?
I do. It's so hot in this car. It's do you ever when you're doing your heat, it's one knob is too hot and one knob is too cold? You have yours on here. Let's just turn it off. I was leaving my office today, so I went to my office. I was saying this earlier in my vlog, and I filmed a bunch of videos so that tomorrow that we could just spend the day together. We're going over to your mom's house tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And I might not go to my meeting tomorrow night too. I already talked to my sponsor about it, so we could just spend the whole day together with family. And our sister-in-law's sister is in town, correct? Oh my God, my camera battery is dead. Do you see that up in the corner?
Yes. Do you want to talk about it?
This is
waste filming time?
So whenever it just stops, I guess is just when it stops. And this will be the world's shortest vlog. We'll just talk until it stops. And then I'll go home and I'll charge it before, I guess I'll go back out at 3 o'clock in the morning.
You going back out tonight?
I mean, I'm going to have to vlog because my camera's dead. I can't have a 2-minute vlog. Last night, after I dropped off Melissa and Jason from seeing Halloween, Alex brought home hot box pizza last night, of which he was tempting me with it. He's like, I have almost a whole pizza left, and I'm so
Did you have a pizza? Slice of my pizza?
Yeah, you said I could last night.
Oh.
so greedy.
No, I was asking.
Why, did you think you ate more of it than you did? You totally thought you had
because
more
it was like half, and I'm like, I only had a little bit, and then like
you had 2 pieces. You told me when you texted me, and then you said, "I'm home. I'm taking the dogs out. I'm having a 3rd piece. I'm going to bed."
Yeah.
And then I had a piece.
And then you like legit like used almost all the sauces.
No, I didn't use any of the tomato sauce. I dipped it in the cheese, and it was delicious. Hot box cheese is
like
the best.
you literally like you really.
No, I didn't.
You're really good at like leaving like. Literally like one dip.
You know you're a bunch of fatties
like
when
one
you fight
time,
over
like
the
you,
cheese.
Or any leftovers. Like one time, like you were eating something of mine, like chips or something, or Oreos, and you left one. Like just eat the whole thing.
Look at this obnoxious bracelet I have on. Are you guys ready? This is so hilarious. Look at this.
Way to change the subject.
I do love Oreos. But anyway. Which is so funny because every time I go to the grocery store, I'm always like, here, cheers.
Not sponsored.
Although they should. So
yeah.
sisters.
Hey, Red Bull, let's sponsor.
I know. God, I would love to be sponsored by Red Bull. Can you imagine? I drink it at every concert, every music festival.
To them and say, hey, this is crazy.
I think I tweeted them that.
You know, that's not how the professional world
No, but
works.
true story, listen. This is a true story for all of you guys out there that don't have Twitter. You need to get on Twitter. If you have any complaints about anything, I don't care what business it is, tweet them and they will take care of it immediately. I tweeted Jiffy Lube and I was like, Jiffy Lube is a bunch of bullshit. Okay, I was so pissed at Jiffy Lube. They like immediately got back to me and they were like, DM us and tell us what your complaint is and we'll take care of it. Like they're very, like businesses are very serious about their Twitter because they don't want that negativity out there into the world. I got this orange one because I have this in Miami. It's really good. You want to taste it?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. He always says that. He doesn't like to try new food.
Are you calling me a liar?
It was so... No, I'm not calling you a liar. It's not worth it. So... One night, we were over at his mom's house, and I was like, tell me something about Alex from when he was little, and she was like, he won't ever try new food. And this is a true story. Like, just recently, he started to try new food, but for the longest time, these were Alex's staples, okay? Pizza, arepas, and he eats it with this stuff. What's that stuff? The deviled ham that looks like, it comes like cat food. He loves that in there so much.
I like it how like you just like explain something with like an insult.
I'm not insulting
As part of like the description.
How did I insult you?
Hey, do you like that devil ham stuff that looks like cat food?
No, I think it's sweet that you like that. Your mom always gets it for you. Nobody else likes it, so his mom always gets it for him. I think it's
everybody likes it in my family.
Nobody else eats it if they do.
Are you kidding? Like we all fight over it.
Not me. But anyway.
Right, my family.
Bitch. So anyway, but then he loves his mom's chili. His mom makes great chili, and she puts it over rice, which I had never had. Okay, so her chili tastes like my mom's chili, but my mom put it over spaghetti. Melissa puts it over macaroni. Tanya puts it over macaroni, and your mom puts it over rice.
And Cheesecake Factory puts it over rice.
Do they really? Oh, you had that right. Oh, because he had the chicken, the white chicken chili. You really liked that, didn't you?
Mom.
You'd never had it before?
No. New staple.
Jason fell asleep in the movie last night.
I would too.
And he left. He was like, walked out. He texted Melissa and said he was going to take an Uber because he didn't feel well. I felt so bad for him. You would have, well, that was so funny. Okay, because
we did fall asleep in like the time that we wanted to go see it.
Melissa and I took Alex and Jason to go see Halloween, the original, in the IMAX like a couple years ago. And then like, was it 2 years ago that we went and we saw The Exorcist on Halloween night at the same movie theater that we were at last night? And Melissa and I are sitting here, and they had gotten like, he and Alex had gotten like that bucket of like beer bottles, and they were like real into it like for the first 10 minutes. And then I think we had gone to like a Halloween party first.
It was a few years ago, because like the story that you're telling, it was not on Halloween.
But one night we did go to a movie on Halloween, remember? We went and saw The Exorcist there. Because anyway, so Melissa and I are so into the movie, and we're like eating popcorn like this, and we look down, and Alex and Jason are both like...
I didn't fall asleep.
Do you want to see the new Jigsaw movie? The Saw? You don't like the Saws?
They're just like unnecessarily gory.
So is American Horror Story, and you love that.
But it has a storyline. Like, it's like a compelling storyline.
But
like,
so do the Saw movies.
The Saw movies, it's like, you want to play my game as I try to kill you, and if you like don't die, then then you're gonna be like literally fucked up in your head for the rest of your life. Might as well just like fuck, you know, die.
Alex would be like the first one. He'd be like,
I'd be like, oh, I'm jumping in, boom, bye.
Alex is such a realist, and I'm such like a dreamer and an idealist. But let me tell you what he is terrified of, okay? Tell him what you're scared of. Like, you will not watch anything to do with it. Zombies. He is terrified of zombies. Like, if I'm watching like with the zombie show, Walking Dead, he comes into the TV, he's like, he can't even watch it.
Like, I'm not like, I don't think that they're gonna crawl out of the ground and like, you know, thrill it out. But like, what I think is that like, there's the possibility of like a huge like virus disease that would like infect the world, and then
now if you're really the Lion King Simba, does that mean who's your father? Mufasa? Mm-hmm. Who's your mom? I've never seen the movie.
Nala? I think that's not her name. I don't remember.
Jenna Marbles did a whole hilarious video on it.
I was like thinking, I was like, oh my god, like last night I came out with like the cutest idea, and I was like, I wish that I could have like enough time to like, you know, go and have like a fanny pack that would have like Timon and Pumbaa on it.
Oh, that would be cute.
Yeah.
Alex, I was gonna say something about him, but last night somebody told me that I should wear a t-shirt. This would be really cute, I think, actually, if you went to a party. Not like a music festival, but a party, and you wore a t-shirt, it'd be so simple. It says life, and then you hand people lemons. Like when life hands you a lemon. I loved that.
Or lemon shots.
No, not lemon shots, not when you're sober. You're so silly.
Oh my god, like you can have like lemon drops. Like the candy, because obviously you can be like,
oh, that's
like
cute.
Lemon.
That's a really good idea, yeah. That would be like one if you were like sitting at home and people were trick-or-treating, you could just have one.
Or a house
kids
party.
Wouldn't get it, really, would they?
A house party.
Our neighbor's having a house party tonight. It looked kind of desperate when we left. One car.
Not desperate. It's early. Nobody goes out this early unless it's like a concert.
Why is this music festival starting so early? And it ends at midnight?
Does it?
Yeah. I was like, this is crazy.
We're gonna have to go out.
All right, well, I'm gonna stop this video now before my camera is completely dead. So, say goodnight to everybody.
Bye, bitches.
Bye. Hello. Oh my god, I cannot believe that I still have some battery left. It is like orange with a line through it. I'm taking this stupid, huge battery bracelet off. Look at my friend. Do you see this nail she gave me? She gave Alex and I a bunch of them. Isn't that cool? So anyway, I left. It was very, very young, which was fun, but it is 11 o'clock. We got there at 8:30. I'm tired. I was like, I went all day today. Alex is really tired too. But it was really nice because we have like a section upstairs. But I just want to tell you that this lip plumper stuff, Extreme Lip Plumper from Sexy Mother Plumper, I really, really like. But I am like so tired, you guys. And like not physically tired. Like I'm like, well, first of all, I put new contacts in, and I think that's part of it. Now, my camera may die at any moment, so if it does, I'll have to pick it up later after I go charge it. But, is this person seriously, like, what are they doing? What are you wanting me to do? I'm, like, in a parking garage. My husband just texted me. He said, okay, babe. So he was dancing with his friend Jason. And then he was going to text Melissa and Jason, Melissa's husband. He was dancing with our other friend Jason, to Yellow Claw. So I stayed for Cash and Waka Flocka, who were fantastic, and then I left. I was like, I've got to go. I've got to get something to eat. I haven't eaten today. I am starving. I started feeling like really lightheaded. Okay, I'm going to show you this down here. You guys, it is... I don't know if you can hear it, but it is like so... Look at this line to get in this bar. Are you ready? Like, it is like crazy town. Okay, there's a Tina Turner. People will get really upset if I start recording them, so... It is like... People always go, don't record me. When you record them, they get so upset. I wish you could see this line. The line is like so long to get into this bar right now. It is so packed in downtown Indianapolis. So anyway, Alex Alex is coming home with Melissa and Jason, and they're getting Taco Bell. I am going home now, and I'm gonna get something to eat. I don't know what. I have some hummus and some chips at home here. I'm just gonna show you this really quick, okay? Can you just see this line? Do you see this line? Look at that. It's fucking crazy. Look at these lines to get into these clubs down here. Look at this line over here to get in that club. And I got people everywhere running it around. And let me just tell you, I've been in all of these clubs and none of them worth it. I didn't really see really cute costumes tonight. I was really kind of surprised. I thought I would see like super cute costumes, but I didn't. I'm like looking. I mean, these onesies have kind of ruined Halloween. I mean, even my husband wore one, but I feel like everywhere you go, oh, here's cute. This is an Alice in Wonderland with a, did you see? I know she's like a cheerleader, I guess, but she's got like a bunny. Do you see the bunny head walking? How cute. But there's a prairie girl. Oh, my friend Erin, she was really cute. She was a voodoo doll. It was really cute. She had like things written on her face and stuff. I did actually do my hair tonight. So, yeah, I'm ready to. I'm like awake, but like physically, like I feel like awake, but like my mind, I was just sitting in there and I was like, do you ever feel like that? Like I just felt like numb, dumb, numb and dumb. I don't know if you ever feel like that. Oh, and now it's quiet. Do you hear? I love being downtown, but not like when it's that much. And like I went to the bathroom. The line to the bathroom was like 15 minutes long, and it was very like frat boy mentality in the bathroom. And I was like, okay, I need to be out of here. I just wasn't feeling it. But it was a good time. Alex was like, are you okay, babe? And I was like, yeah. I said, I'm having a really good time. I said, but like I got out, I was really excited to come out and dance. And then as soon as I got there, I was like, my eyes got so tired. And I was like, I just don't feel like dancing now. I know that makes no sense, but it's totally how I felt. And he was like, well, babe, don't stay if you don't want to stay. I was like, okay. I was like, you can get it. He was like, yeah, I'll go home with Melissa and Jason, or I'll take an Uber. So that was my night. Over at 11 o'clock, and now I can watch Stranger Things or listen to my audiobook. I think I like the idea of Peter being a person that goes out more than Peter is a person that goes out anymore. I'm just not. Like, and even back in the day, like, I would nap until, like, so I would go out and I would get lunch and buy an outfit to go out, and then I would, like, nap until, like, 9 or 9:30. And then I would get up and I'd be like, huh. I'd be like so ready and play dance music and get dressed and all that kind of stuff. I also think, and I don't drink a lot of energy drinks, and although this is Alex's, I bought him one. I finished mine already. But like, I don't drink a lot of energy drinks, and I think like because I'm so ADHD, like it does the opposite on me, which is like, you know, any kind of caffeine like makes me slower, makes me more like, if you don't know, that's why like they give people that have ADHD like stimulants, because it like calms them down. So I think like really that's what it does to me. They already have the Christmas lights up downtown. Like, what? I mean, I understand having them on the trees, but why do we have them on? Like, maybe wait till November 1st, but they do look pretty. You guys want to see downtown Indianapolis? I just drove through the circle. I should have. See all the lights? This is what downtown Indianapolis looks like. I just drove around the circle. I should have taken you on the circle. I just ran into my friend Bridget, and she was like, she used to live in Miami. She had a place in Miami and a place here, and she said she just sold her place in Miami. And she's here full time now. We're talking about going out to have dinner or lunch or something like that, and I was like, oh, where are you living now? And she was talking about how she lives in this place downtown called City Center, and it's like literally like right in the middle of everything. There's a really cool hotel downtown if you come here and stay. It's called the Alexander. It's very artsy. And the residences on top of the Alexander are called Cityway, or next to it. And they're condos and apartments, and they're incredible. And she's like, I can walk everywhere. I can do, like, I'm right in the center of it all. And as cool as that sounds, like, I don't know that I would really... Like, I'm not really sure I would want to live downtown. I know for you guys that, like, a lot of you that, like, live in bigger cities, you probably love it. I just don't think that I would love it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I love trees. Now, this is a really cute part. You can't see it because I'm not showing it to you right now, but it's called Massachusetts Avenue. It's like very artsy. It's like the gay district is down there of Indianapolis, which looks very active tonight because I was watching some people's Snapchats on there, and they were like, and Instagram stories. But anyway, I don't know why I'm keeping this thing on. It's just so much fun. I am so hungry and I don't even know what I want to eat. That totally sucks. Like, do you ever get like that when you're like, I'm so hungry, but I don't know what I want? And I don't really want to go into the grocery store because if I go into the grocery store, I'll just buy all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of can't believe that this camera has gone on so long with the battery, like, basically. Does that mean it's dead or does that mean it's as low as it's going to go? I don't know. Should I just say goodbye now, and then if it, like, cuts off? I think before, Alex and I recorded, like, 8 or 9 minutes, so I'm probably at, like, 16 or 17 minutes right now. But anyway, it is 42 degrees in Indianapolis. When I was walking to my car, I was like, I swear that it feels like it's, like, snowing or raining outside. But it wasn't. I was being deceived. A couple of Halloweens ago, I was at my cousin's house for Halloween, and it did snow that night. I, like, took a picture of it and put it on Facebook. I don't know why I remember that. But it was my cousin and I were standing outside, and I was like, it's snowing on Halloween. I love when people talk about, like, climate change, like, oh, it's, like, you know, getting so warm or it's getting so cold, which I totally believe in climate change and the environment and all that stuff, so I'm not saying that I don't. But like, when they say, like, oh, do you remember when Halloweens used to be? I remember Halloweens that were freezing, and I remember Halloweens that were warm when I was growing up. Like, I remember both. Because I remember, like, one Halloween, my friend and I, we would, like, walk, and we would listen to The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I was probably, like, in 5th grade at the time. And we got so scared, we would scare each other. We would, like, listen to it in this Walkman cassette thing. We would both have one of the things plugged into it. And I remember it was, like, that Halloween, it was really, really cold outside. And then, which I bought that book this year on Thrift Books, and I haven't read it yet, so I guess I probably need to read that. But then I remember Halloweens that were really, really warm, too. I guess we're going over to our friend Erin's now, because Melissa's house is being redone, and she doesn't think that their couch is going to be there in time, so... Anyway, well, I'm going to sign off at 10 minutes. I cannot believe my camera is still going. And if I get home and I get charged enough to be able to come and back and record some more, I will. And if not, then good night. And I hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday. And I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, so I left for a little bit to listen to my audiobook, and I will explain to you why. Alex came home with Melissa and Jason, and we were, like, laying in bed talking, and Alex is, like, trying to go to sleep, and our neighbor's music from our Halloween party pounding through the walls, right? Alex is like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I can't sleep with this music. I'm like, babe, it's not that loud. He's like, I'm like, I can't. So this is so funny. So Melissa wanted to go through Taco Bell on the way home. So they waited in this, like, forever long line at Taco Bell. And then afterwards, and Alex didn't get anything. He ate pizza before we went out tonight that he had left over for last night from Hotbox. And then he said, like, his stomach hurt the whole night, so he was just, like, ready to get home. And so they're sitting, like, in the parking lot at Taco Bell eating. And Melissa, I don't know if you guys know this, but she does rescue, like, animal rescues. She sees, like, these kittens underneath this car, like, way far away. And so then she, like, makes Jason, her husband, go and, like, drive around this car. Alex is, like, texting me. He's like, we're driving around this car, like, looking at these kittens underneath this car for Melissa. So anyway, he came home and he was, like, telling me about it. He's like, but, like, every 5 seconds, he's like, I cannot sleep with that, like, pounding music. So I said, I'm like, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can't sleep either. And it's like, we turned on our heat before we left, and now the house is too hot, like, too hot for me, right? So I go, I'm gonna leave. I said, I'm gonna go get a fountain soda or a water or something, listen to my audiobook. I'm gonna get out until I get a little bit tired so I can come back and just fall asleep. And he was like, okay. So I left, There are no cars at the party. It's just our neighbor's car in the driveway. So I texted him and I was like, okay, so it's just her car. She's the only one there. And he goes, damn, you know she's drunk and passed out and left her music blasting. We're gonna have to deal with it all morning. I was like, well. My husband is one of those people that like falls asleep like that. Like, does that not drive you crazy? It drives me crazy. Like, I just lay there and I'm like this, like ticking in my head. That's why I drive around a lot, because when I listen to my audiobooks, then like I start getting like tired. Like I either get so into it that I'm like, oh my God, I can stay up all night long, or I start getting tired, and if I sit at home, like I fall asleep. And so like, because I'm moving these chairs around in my living room so that I'm like moving it. We have like this leather recliner that my stepmom gave me. I don't know why. She was like, we're not going to use it. She bought this chair and then she was like, we're not going to use it. Do you want it? And I was like, yes. It's like a beautiful recliner. I've never had a recliner. I always kind of wanted one. I know. But anyway, so I'm going to move the chairs that we have in our living room, like these two recliners. Or one of them's not a recliner, but anyway. I'm gonna move it over so I can read in that corner with a light. But then Alex and I were testing it out, and he was like, babe, if you're reading in that corner, like the light is gonna totally go up into the loft when I'm sitting there trying to sleep, because he likes it pitch black. And I was like, okay. I think there's no good place for me to sit late at night and like read in the house. So I was like, all right. I said, we're gonna figure this out. He goes, what we need to figure out is you clean that basement up. So I'm gonna clean the basement up sometime this month. Next month. November, I'm cleaning the basement out. Anyway. He goes, or you could just get a nightlight and lay in bed. Oh, I couldn't do that. I do read on my Kindle sometimes, like laying sideways in bed, like I'll read it like sideways. But I have already taken my contacts out by that point, and then my eyes get so tired. So, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna go listen to my audiobook for a little bit, and I'll vlog for a little bit more, because I charged my vlog, and I uploaded all of my videos for tomorrow. So all my videos are uploaded. All I have to do is publish them. Everything's ready. And tomorrow, I just get to hang out with my husband all day long, and go over to my mother-in-law's house and see the nephews. I'm so excited. So it's gonna be a really good day tomorrow. And I'm gonna vlog like the family and going over there and stuff like that, because we haven't seen them. I haven't, like, it's always just been like whenever I'm going over there, like if we go on a Sunday, I always have to leave early to go to my meeting. But I already talked to my sponsor tonight, and I was like, I may not be going to the meeting tomorrow night because I may do stuff with the family. And he was like, that's totally cool. So anyway, because that's typically the meeting that we go to together. And so he was like, well, if you don't go, maybe I won't go either. So anyway, we do, like, he and I do Wednesdays and Sundays together for meetings. So yeah, so we're doing that. And then Tuesday is Halloween, and we were gonna go over to Melissa's house, but she said that the couch might not be ready yet, so we may be going over to our friend Erin's house. So if we go over, have you guys met Erin yet? I don't know. Oh yeah, Erin was she went to the Herb Baumeister house with us. And her husband, Eric, I don't think has been in a video, and I introduced them, because I used to work with Eric back in the day in treatment, and he owns a recovery center here in Indianapolis. I just saw them, so they were just out tonight. And so he and I have known each other for, like 20 years. And she saw him at a convention, and she was like looked him up on Facebook, and she was like, how do you know him? And I was like, I worked with him when I worked in treatment back in the day. Like, he was an intern when I was like a counselor there. I was like, he's kind of a really big deal in the recovery community. Like, anyway, he's done like a lot of big things. He's a professor at 2 universities here in Indianapolis. Like, he specifically teaches substance abuse classes. He's a really nice, humble guy. He actually was just telling me this tonight. He was like, I showed your recovery story for Recovery Month in my class. And I was like, you did? He was like, yeah, the students totally loved it. They loved hearing like personal stories of recovery. I was like, oh my God, that means so much to me. Thank you. So anyway, we're gonna all get together, and then her daughter is Maddie, that's in my booktube videos sometimes, but she won't be there because she's going trick-or-treating with her girlfriend. So, I mean, she's like 13, so there aren't many years left, I don't think, you know? Isn't that so sad? in my life, I've seen so many kids grow up now. It's like, I don't even know anybody that, well, I mean, other than my nephews, I don't really have many other kids that like my cousin's son, David, he's 16, he'll be 17 in January. Oh my God. I remember the day that he was born, and that makes me feel so old when I say that, but I do. I remember the day that he was born. I remember getting off work and rushing over there. One of my favorite pictures of my mom is when she's holding him. My mom loved that kid so much. I didn't expect to get emotional. I haven't been, like, I watched Dance Moms tonight, you guys. I know this is silly, but, like, I watched Dance Moms tonight, and, it's so silly to be so attached to a reality show, but I feel like those girls grew up, you know, on that show, and now it's over, and I wasn't prepared going into that episode that it was going to be over. And I started getting so emotional watching Holly and Nia, because Holly and Nia are very similar to how my mother and I were. And my mother was so similar to Holly in a lot of ways. I mean, she really was like a mother bear type, you know? And, I just was thinking about all of it tonight, and then, you know, and then Nia won nationals. That was awesome. I hope I'm not ruining it for anybody out that hasn't already watched it, but it was a great episode. Even if I ruined it for you, it won't ruin it for you. It was such a fantastic episode. I always kind of miss my mom at Halloween time, you know? It's like, talking to her, you know, like having like discussions and conversations about things. And I was talking to somebody earlier today about like my insecurities, and it like all stemmed out of this joke about like me getting the lip plumper because of having like thin lips, which I totally love this shit, by the way. I love it because like it makes my lips tingle, and so it kind of seems like a trick. I know it doesn't make my lips look any fatter, I'm not stupid. But anyway, and we were talking, my friend and I were talking about our insecurities. This is a friend of mine in the program. And we were talking about our insecurities, you know, we were talking about like working to overcome your insecurities is what really forms character. Not pointing out other people's insecurities, not awareness of your own insecurities, but working through your own insecurities and accepting them and saying, yes, I'm aware of that, you know, I have that insecurity and this is what I'm going to do to work through it to get to the other side. That builds character, you know? And it's funny, like you wonder, like we were talking about how like as little kids, like if you look at a little kid that's like 3 or 4, like they don't have insecurities until somebody points out something that they're doing wrong or different, and then that's the formation of an insecurity, right? Or a comparison to somebody else that lasts, you know, for the next 20, 30, 40 years of their lives. And what true evil it is really in the world when somebody points those out. Like if you're a person that points out somebody else's insecurities, you're truly an evil person. Like you really are. And like I've known very few people that really do that in my life. I feel blessed, you know, like I'm not talking about somebody that says like, I don't like her hairdo or I don't like that style, right? I'm talking about somebody that says to somebody, you know, like, you know, you really lack confidence, not like trying to help them, but to try to break them down, like to say, you know, like, you really lack confidence. It shows over everything you do. you know, in a very patronizing kind of way. Like, why would you ever take somebody's insecurities and use them against them? And the people that have done that to me in my life, it hasn't happened recently. You know, like that was a conversation we were having today. My friend was in a relationship where her boyfriend did that to her a lot. You know, talk about some seriously abusive behavior. And she was telling me about some of the things that he used to say to her, you know, about like, you know, when I started dating you, you looked so good, but you've let yourself go. You know, you're fat, your hair's ugly. I mean, why would you ever say that to somebody? Like, who are you? Who are you in the world to think that it's okay to talk to another human being like that? It's like, I remember I shared a story on here probably 6 months ago, but when I worked in this treatment facility, there's this woman that I used to work with. And I had walked down the hall. This is when I've had my weight has fluctuated my entire life. I have dealt with and fought my weight my entire life, since about age 12. Before that, I was just a string bean. After that, something changed with my body. And I have to literally watch what I eat and exercise, or I'm always heavier. And, you know, it's hard. It's really, really hard because, you know, especially I'm married to somebody that's 12 years younger than I am. I mean, we were standing in the bathroom next to each other today getting ready, and it's interesting because, you know, like I got dressed, I was very proud of my jeans, and I got these new Joe's jeans today. I was very proud of them, and I got this new black t-shirt. It was nothing, you know, it was a black t-shirt and a black pair of jeans, and I got my hair done, and Alex came up behind me in the bathroom, and he put his arms around me, and he said, "You are so handsome." It takes very little to make someone feel the way that I felt when he said that to me tonight. So for my friend to have somebody say to her, you know, "You're fat, you're disgusting." Like, why do we do that to people? You know, why would anybody do that to somebody? And this woman that I used to work with, she said to me, she shot me in the hall, she goes, "You've really put on some weight." And, you know, I look back on that, and I was going through a horrible time with my ex. And I don't, you know, out of protection for him and his livelihood and what he does, I don't talk much about the downfall of that relationship. And I love who he is at his core, at who he is as a person. But he really destroyed me on some level. The relationship really destroyed me on some level. That, like, I didn't know who I was anymore, you know? And he was caught up in his own madness, and he's not in that anymore, thank God. And we were just intent on destroying each other. And I think that's just what happened at the end of the relationship. At the beginning, it was fantastic. But I just think we became intent on just destroying each other, you know? And with not even really realizing it. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because at that point in the relationship, I didn't feel sexy. I didn't feel good about myself. My insecurities were flaring all over the place. And I remember that specific day was on the heels of something horrible that had happened between us. And he is really a good person. Like, I mean, he really is. But, like, it just was ugly at the end between us. And nothing happened. No cheating. None of that. Like, I mean, it was not that. We just were not nice to each other at the end. And, I remember I walked into work and that woman stopped me and she said, "You know, you've put on some weight." And I was like, "Uh-huh." And she was like, "You know, for a while you looked really, really good, But now it's way too much. It's just way too much. She turned and she walked away. And I remember I walked down the hallway and I ran into my supervisor. I just must have had some look on my face. And she was like, and this is a supervisor that, like, you know, I left. And like I've said on here before that, like, she and I had our issues. But at that time we were very close. And she was a bigger woman as well. And I told her what had happened. And she was like, are you okay? And I said, yeah. And I told her what had happened. She goes, who says that to somebody? Like, who, like, it doesn't have anything to do with what they look like, how in shape they are, how much weight they, like, how much they weigh, how beautiful they are physically. You know, no matter who they are, who says that to somebody? You must think very highly of yourself to talk about somebody else that way. That's what she said to me that day, and I'll never forget that. You know, and I think it's very, very true. People of the lie. My mother used to talk about them all the time. She used to say, beware of people of the lie. They're people that, you know, say one thing and act another way, and they're people that are always, you know, looking for loopholes and trying to catch in a lie, and they're deceitful and they're manipulative, and you can't trust them. And she was right, and there's many of them out there. I feel so blessed, though it seems like I have really kind of gotten rid of so much negativity in my life that I feel like I'm only surrounded by like a lot of positivity these days. You know, like I don't really feel like I have to look for it. And I was talking to my friend we were talking about our insecurities today, and she said, I said something to her about being out of that relationship. I said, you know, you've never talked to me about that relationship before. And she said, no, it's a choice I make. I don't talk to people about it a lot. And I said, why not? And she said, because I'm a survivor. And she said, I prefer to use strong words today instead of words that make me feel weak. And I like that, you know? One of the things I never expected by being on YouTube was that my insecurities would be so highlighted by so many people. You know, it's like, if you don't know what your insecurities are, make a YouTube channel. People will let you know. You know, your voice is annoying, you're old, you're fat, you're ugly, you're disgusting, you're so flamboyant. Oh my God, you make gay people look bad. You know, like, your husband doesn't love you. You know, like, you eat too much. You're not good at what you do. You're not creative. You're not artistic. Your hair's ugly. Your clothes are ugly. Your house is ugly. Your car's ugly. Your friends are stupid. Your friends talk too much. You talk too much. I mean, every insecurity you can ever possibly think about, somebody will point out to you. To a point of it being kind of ridiculous. To a point that when you see it so much, you kind of stand back and you go, okay, if I am that horrible of a person, and it's all that, like, if that's what it is, okay? The clothes and the voice and the annoying and the flamboyancy and the choice of friends, if that is, if all of that is it, so what? There's so much more. There's so much more to life, you know? And I look at some of the people, you know, like, I make fun of Stevie Nicks' voice, you know, when I sing, but like her strange voice, and Janis Joplin's strange voice, and Bob Dylan's strange voice, and Jim Croce's strange voice, you know, those are things, you know, Billie Holiday's voice, those are things that they were remembered for, you know? So I'm okay with that today, and, you know, I'm never gonna be in the body of my dreams. I'm just not. I'm totally okay with that. Now, I would like to be a lot better than I am today. I would like to be closer to my dream, and that is realistic, you know? And so I think it's in working through your insecurities that you build character, right? Because it's the day-to-day, it's the resilience that you realize, I can do it. I am better than my insecurities, right? Because an insecurity, if you think about this, if you break it down, a security is something that we're sure of, right? Something that's like we're stable, like it's money in the bank, right? An insecurity is not having any money in the bank and wondering what's going to happen when a bill comes, right? But if no bills are coming, it doesn't matter if you have money in the bank. So really our insecurities are based on the outside coming in. And when we start feeling so good about ourselves, and we start loving ourselves and taking care of ourselves, and this is really about me working a 12-step program and doing daily meditations and counseling and all of that. When we start taking care of ourselves, that is money in the bank against the bills coming in. So that's why I always talk on here about the importance of self-care and the importance of self-talk and the importance of like feeling good about yourself and really talking yourself up, and if other people talk you down, okay, that's all right. People are going to talk you down. People are going to have things to say. People are going to put you in your place, and sometimes you deserve it. Sometimes you do. We all deserve it, But there's a difference between truth and cruelty. And if we have people in our lives that are being cruel to us, I think it's very important to realize that. And that's what I said to her. I said, well, when did you decide that enough was enough? And she goes, well, first of all, it was a scary situation because I didn't know what would happen if I left. And so for anybody out there that's in a violent situation, seek help professionally before you just choose to leave. Do not watch my vlog and say I have to get out of that situation. But she said, I had to realize that what was happening to me, what was being said to me, was pain. And she'd actually watched this episode of Tyra Banks way back when, that, and I remember this episode, that love is not pain. Love does not hurt. Love is not abuse. So those people that love us don't hurt us. Not deliberately. And so she said, I decided I had had enough. And she said, each step out of that relationship into my independence helped me grow as a person. And she was like, but the journey is what defined me, not the getting there, not the getting out. The journey is what defined me and to define my characters. Because, I had to believe it in myself before somebody was going to believe it in me. And she was like, then when I got there, I realized it didn't really matter what anybody thought of me. It didn't really matter what anybody believed in me. And I was like, oh my God, I talk a lot about my voice on here, but that's a perfect example. It's like, I spent all of this time, all of these years with people mocking my voice and making fun of my voice and saying things about my voice. For me to get to this point where I put myself in a public platform with my voice and didn't even think about the fact that people might comment on it. I mean, I really didn't before I started my YouTube channel. I never once thought, oh my God, what will people think about my voice? I never thought it. Yet, for the 40 years before I started doing YouTube, people had constantly made comments to me about my voice. Isn't that strange? And then I get on YouTube, and all these people are saying stuff to me about my voice, and then I start to acknowledge it, because like I said, awareness is the first step, and I start to acknowledge it and become aware, and then all these people start changing, and I get a lot of these comments from you guys that are like, oh my God, I love your voice means so much to me, like, your voice is so you, and blah, 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 whatever, and then I'm like, oh wow, and then by the time that I get to the other side of it, now I feel differently about my voice. I realize that my voice defines part of who I am, that my voice makes me different than everybody else. Now I'm on the other side of the river. And what I realize is it never mattered what anybody thought about my voice to begin with. It doesn't matter what people think about my body. It doesn't matter what people think about my relationship. It doesn't matter what people think about my friends. It doesn't matter what people think about my car. It doesn't matter what people think about my house. It doesn't matter what people think about my clothes. What matters is what I think about those things. What matters is what you think about your life. And are you living truest to yourself, the best life possible? That is all that matters. And if you can answer yes to that, or I'm working on it, then you have a chance. And I think that's where I know I have an amazing life. Because most days, if you ask me, I say, yes, I'm living that. And if I don't say that, I say I'm working towards it. And that's all I can ask for, It's This vlog turned into something I did not expect tonight. Oh my God. I'm like round and round and around. Anyway, it's a great conversation I had with her tonight. You know, it's like I miss those kind of conversations with my mom, but I realize that I have friends in my life that I still get to have those conversations with, and opening up to somebody else and just really showing who you are as a human being and being vulnerable and saying, you know what, okay, like I hear your truth and now this is my truth, and we've all been hurt, you know? And I think that when we listen to one another as human beings and we realize that what we want is to be heard or to be noticed, then we don't really have the intention of wanting to hurt other people, because the finger is forced back to work on ourselves, if that makes sense. And then you have to work on yourself, you know? Because while you're saying things about somebody else, what you're realizing is, oh my God, I'm talking about myself. I mean, true story, even when I do my drama videos, you guys, sometimes I'm sitting there talking, I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm talking about myself. Like, I'm not gonna be a bullshit artist and say that's never happened, because it has, you know? But I don't know, life is interesting, and for me, life is all about growth and becoming the best version of myself that I possibly can, and that's what I work on every day. So, anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.